Hey, what's up guys? Today we are back at it again with another weekly poll video. Last week's video answered the question, what is the worst cubing advice you've been given? This week we have a new question and it is, what is your biggest pet peeve cubing or non-cubing related? So if you're new to these types of videos, you didn't see the first one, basically what happens in this video is I ask you all a question on my Instagram, which is JustKeepCubing. You all answer and I share it out in a video. Almost like a Q&A, but reversed. So without further ado, let's just get right into the pet peeves. Okay, so starting right with the first comment on the post, it says, my biggest pet peeve is when I get a corner twist it back, and non-cubers are like, you cheated. I saw this one multiple times in the comment section, and I have to agree that is definitely a very annoying thing that happens. In fact, I get extremely paranoid about it, so whenever I know I'm going to have to solve a puzzle for a non-cuber, I make sure I bring one that does not pop, so that does not happen. So the next one that I see that I again saw quite a few times is when non-cubers ask cubing people things like, oh, there's a secret, or what's the trick? And I have to admit, this question definitely throws me for a loop. I don't usually know how to respond to it, so I say, oh, I just learn algorithms, you can do it too, go on to YouTube. But honestly, never really know how to respond to that one. So the next one that I see is not cubing related, and it says, my biggest pet peeve is when people just stop in the middle of a crowded hallway. I've got to admit, this is insanely annoying. My school has very narrow hallways, so when one person stops, it clogs up all of traffic, and there's always those people that just feel the need to sit and talk to their friends in the middle of the hallway, and it drives me insane. So the next one that stands out to me is the cubing wizard, and he or she said, the number one thing that gets on my nerves is when people make 1x1 and 0x0 jokes. At first, I thought these were funny, like the first one I ever saw, but I agree, after hearing it once, you're like, you can only make so many jokes about a 1x1 or a 0x0. I've actually never heard one about a 0x0, but I have heard 1x1 jokes, and you're just like, alright, we get it now. So I see one that says, my biggest pet peeve is when people talk about their pet peeve. So I'm sorry, P.Y unicorn, we're doing that. So another relatable one is when this person's parents tell them they can't get a new 3x3 because they already have 7 of them. My mom used to do this all the time, and I'd be like, Mom, they all feel differently, like you just have to feel it. So I'd put a blindfold on her, make her try out the different 3x3s in my collection, and I'd be like, don't you feel a difference? And she'd say yes, and then she'd let me get it. So I don't know, that might not work for you, but it worked for me. Okay, so another one, when kids huddle around their friend that's solving, and then they yell world record after in this person's opinion, a slow solve. So I have to admit, I'm probably guilty of this at some point in my cubing career. I feel like most people are. However, I can definitely see where it may not be fun or interesting and could actually be quite annoying. So this next comment was said with a lot of passion, so I thought I would read it with a lot of passion. And it's by Godzilla1994, who says, Pops, good for nothing pops. The piece coming out is one thing, but why must it travel across the entire room then get lost under a shelf? Now I can really feel your annoyance and pain in this comment, and I'm really sorry, Godzilla1994. So the next one is, when I drop my phone on my face. Very relatable. I think we've all done it. It's very tragic. So the next one Lowkey kind of came at me, but it's okay, I'll share it anyway. Biggest pet peeve is non-original questions. So not really sure if they're coming at my non-original question that I asked this week, but I'll try to spice them up in future weeks. So the next one, and possibly the last one I have time to share, is when people confuse me for other black cubers. And I am sorry, but I laughed so hard at this one because it came from Jared or Electro Cuber ZZ, and every nationals or every time I see him at a competition, people get him and Kenny mixed up. They go up to him saying, hey Ken the Cuber, and it is hysterical. But sorry for laughing at your pain, Electro Cuber ZZ. So that is all for this week's episode. Be sure to check out my Instagram, because when this is posted, the next question will be posted on my Instagram. Thank you guys so much for watching. and I'll see you all next time. Bye!